Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Recently, you should have received something very valuable in your mailbox, and it's not a scam. Welcome Nick Porter, the City Public Information Officer, to the Chatter.
Thank
Shop
you.
local.
Hello.
What is it?
Well, I love that, and it's not a scam.
It's not a scam.
It's not. It's an awesome program. So simply, it's $75 that each residence has gotten to spend in Spanish Fork.
Okay.
It's part of the CARES money that we receive from the federal government, and as a city and mayor and council decided to give that to the residents, and in turn give that to the businesses, and get money where it belongs in our local economy.
Okay.
I think it's such a great idea. So no one had told you to do this with the monies. You were just rolling around with the concepts of how do we get it there.
Right. The idea for the money is to really provide a stimulus for the economy in whatever way. We know that some of our residents have struggled. We know that some of our local businesses have struggled through COVID-19, and this is a chance to give back to both of those groups.
So
and help them.
Instead of just writing a check
each
to
city
get
got
people out.
a certain amount of money, and
Okay.
each city chooses how they want to spend it.
Okay.
So let's just say everybody uses their allotted amount of money. About approximately how much money would that put back into the economy here?
It would put about $1 million
Really?
in Spanish Fork.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you figure people are going to go in there and use that and maybe use a little bit more or something, but then maybe get them out to businesses that they hadn't seen before. Or
Yeah. Let's talk about what type
Yes.
of businesses are participating.
So right now we have over 200 businesses that have signed up. Any business in Spanish Fork with a valid business license is eligible to sign up. And there's businesses where you can do your retail. We have some food service, some personal service, salons and doctor's offices, car dealerships, some of our jewelers. So just about everything you can think of. Some of our entertainment, and they'll accept these vouchers.
Can I snag this from you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just
so
kind of
then
want.
how does it work with the business wise? Like, so we give the business this and then how do the monies get recouped? How does that work exactly?
Great, so just like cash. So Natasha has the card, the mailer that you should have received. And there's just 3 break apart of the plastic cards on top.
Okay.
And you just use them as cash. So you take your items to the cash register, they'll bring up your total, give them the voucher first. They'll credit $25 and then you'll pay the difference. Or $50 or $75, you can use all 3 of them at one place.
I love that. So if I want to use it, if I want to use all 3 of these in one place that's out of those 200 businesses, nobody can say you can't, right? So I can use
We
all
encourage
70.
it.
Okay,
Absolutely.
all 75 at that one place.
And I have another question. What if your total comes to 23? How are they working that?
So as a city, we've encouraged businesses not to give change.
Okay.
They're welcome to if they choose to. But we'd encourage you as a resident to just grab another thing off the shelf
Okay.
and spend that money.
Spend
Right.
30. Come on,
Right.
Ange.
It's $29.09. I'm going to go and find $1. I got you. I just wondered with that.
Yeah,
like
and then
how
to
it
your
works.
other question, so
Yes.
the businesses will collect these, and then they'll bring them into the city. We'll count them out, and we'll write them a check that next week. So it's a very simplified
Wow.
process. The money needs to get to the businesses.
Right.
So we've made that as streamlined as we can.
And they can come in as often as needed, or they can wait until the end and bring them all at the end.
Right, either.
Okay. I did see a business already post that only 1 coupon per service. Would you advise against that? If someone wanted to spend it all, like you said, spend it all because it's just like cash?
Yeah, either way works.
Okay.
Some businesses it might be hard to get to a high dollar amount.
Okay.
Others
So maybe
it's
they're
quite
keeping
easy.
it.
So
Okay.
that's just up to the business and what they want to do.
All
Right,
right.
because basically it's just cash back
know.
to them, so it's not like a discount or anything like that.
Right, and the business has to hold that cost until they get the reimbursement. So there may be a week or two, and for maybe some of the smaller businesses that need the cash sooner,
Right.
that might be a reason that they just want one used.
So are there some businesses then that aren't part of the program, or maybe they've opted to not be a part of the program?
Yeah, so I asked this question on our Facebook Live last week to
Okay.
our Community and Economic Development Director. And I think he gave the greatest answer. We worked with the Chamber of Commerce and talked with Costco, Macy's, Walmart, and Lowe's. And just talked to them about the program and the purpose of the program, and they've declined to participate. Because this is really driven to help the local business, the local operators, and each of the residences. So you won't be able to use those cards at those stores.
Okay.
We want you to get to another store that maybe you wouldn't go to
Okay.
and spend your money there.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so we're grateful to have them in our community. either because of or in spite of COVID-19, those 5 that I mentioned, including neighborhood Walmart, they've done very, very well.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
one of my
Nick, will you
favorite
tell-
go-tos. How do we find the businesses that are participating?
Perfect. 2 ways. The easiest for me is just to look them up online. So we have a webpage, SpanishFork.org/shoplocal. You can also find it if you go to our homepage under residents. The Shop Local program is listed. And we update that every day with businesses that may sign up. It's not too late to sign up. And so that has the most accurate list of businesses that have signed up in the program. We've also given each business this sticker for their window. So as you're out and about town and you see these in a window, this is the business saying shop here, we'll take your vouchers, and we're
Okay.
participating.
What if maybe somebody hasn't received these? Is there somewhere that they can reach out to maybe say, hey, I've looked for these and I haven't received mine?
Yeah, so there may be a couple things that have happened. These came from New York. They came all individually, so there may have been something in transportation or, that it just didn't make it to the mailbox. So come into the city offices or give us a call. We'll check our list and that we send these cards out to. And if you're on it and didn't get it, we have had some extras that we can give out. And then also we've tried our best to get this to every home, to every residence.
Okay.
But we know there's some that rent, there's some that might not be listed and have a utility account, which is where most of this information came from. So, if you live in an accessory dwelling unit, if it's a garage apartment or a basement apartment, or you're renting, then come into the city offices and we'll work with you to get you on our list. Where
That's so great
you
to
can
hear. I
receive
actually
one.
received a text last week after your Facebook Live from a resident that said, my daughter lives in the basement. Will they get it? And I said, well, it's dependent on utilities. And they said, oh, the utilities are just included in one. And I'm like, sorry. So you're saying I can text them back?
So we want, it's a holiday program and we want to give. So, we want it to go to each household. If
Okay.
it's a different household that's living in the home, then they would be eligible. And there's a process to get registered as
Okay.
an accessory dwelling unit. And we'd love it for you to do that. But just come into the city offices and talk with our utility staff and
Okay,
we'll work
get that worked
to
out.
get this to the households that need it.
And how long do they have to spend the money?
Until the 31st.
Okay.
So
Through the end of
your
the year.
before Christmas sales and your after Christmas
Yeah.
sales, you have through the end of the year.
Okay.
And then tell us how you got in charge of being able to implement this. What is your job at the city?
I'm just in charge of getting the word out. So we've had a committee working for a number of weeks on this program and the details. We know there have been some other cities, Santa Quinn and Payson, that have done a similar program. So we learned from them and worked with and kind of got what they did and then made it our own simple process. So I get to get the word out, and the ones with all the answers are our city manager and our economic development director, our finance crew, who've done a great job in putting this program together.
You get to be Santa Claus.
I do.
Deliver the gift.
Yeah, it's
That's
fun.
awesome.
Well, speaking of Santa Claus, what if maybe my household doesn't need the help necessarily? Is there a way that I could re-gift these to somebody else who might need the help?
Absolutely. We want these vouchers to be used.
Okay.
And so if you know someone who's in need that may be able to use it more than you can, then please give it to them and let
Okay.
them spend it.
I
We
love
want the money in the economy. That's where this money belongs. And so we want them to be redeemed. So
Gosh, yeah.
give them
Love that idea.
to another resident of Spanish Fork
Yeah.
and let them come spend it here.
Yeah, these really, I mean, they could accidentally be thrown away, so they are not a scam. Let's talk about that. What if they are accidentally thrown away? Is there a way to reclaim them?
That's
Maybe.
a
No,
tricky one.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
don't
Those are
throw 'em
not
away.
how they- scanned, right?
That's why my job is to get the word out.
Okay.
We chose not to go with envelopes. We didn't want them to blend in. We wanted them to stand
Okay.
out and to shout and say, this is something special. It's plastic, so you can't
And the
just rip
city
it in
logo's
half
on
like
it,
I do with
right?
all my
Right,
junk mail.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And-
mean,
and we've also
they look pretty darn valuable.
Put on one side, we put your last name and your utility account number to tie it to you and just to show this is legit. We want you to use this money. So don't throw it away. If you do, then I haven't been doing my job right.
Yeah, no,
gonna
this
take
is
a picture.
fantastic. I mean, this is literally free money, and it's giving back to the
Absolutely.
city. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This is for you, Katie. I love Spanish fork. This is just another fabulous reason, I mean, to live here, love this community, and giving back. So take advantage of this program.
Yeah.
This is so, so, so awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely.
It's exciting.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming tonight.
Thank you for having me.
All right, next on Studio Chatter is time to talk gifts and gift wrapping. Stay with us.